Let's get focused, man. We got a fight to worry about here. Good money, good money.
For every boxing story of a blockbuster that's delayed,
I love it, Tank. I love it.
there's also considerable risk built in for champions who turn to other challengers.
Dancing with the stars, baby. Dancing with the stars.
He's in thought right now, and that's what I'm looking at. So right now, I just want to see what he brings to us. We just got off a plane. You know, a lot of work yesterday from the interviews and stuff, so I want to see how he react. 2 sparring partners, and rounds is unknown. All right, y'all. Let's go. Bang! When they watch us in here working, they saying we going bang, 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 bang. There you go. Good. There you go. When he get in that ring, he's on a mission. Because he understands that he got to put his pants on, training wheels going. You got what you asked for. Let's get it now. Slow it down.
We're only 4 weeks away from one of the most anticipated boxing events of the year, Jake Paul versus Gervonta "Tank" Davis. And the tension within Tank's camp is rising to an all-time high. This way, it's still engaging, but in your own words. Feel free to provide more and I can keep making adjustments.
Oh, good rim, good rim. I like the way y'all jump right back in it. That's right. Make them jokers move. Make them jokers move. Oh, I love what I hear. Y'all making them sing.
For most of Davis's celebrated career, Ford and other trusted advisors remained in control. But now, those in camp can sense a shift in command.
Make them jokers move.
As the fighter himself begins to oversee everything, while aiming at the destiny he alone must fulfill.
There you go. I go with that. Give it up for him, y'all.
Word around the gym is that Davis is taking this fight dead serious. No jokes, no distractions, no social media antics. He's treating Jake Paul like a genuine world-level opponent. And here's where it gets interesting. Reports suggest Tank's been sparring with heavyweights. That's right. Full-size bruisers brought in to push his power, stamina, and toughness to the limit. Because at this point, Jake Paul isn't just a YouTuber looking for views. He's got real size, real punching power, and the kind of confidence that can't be faked.
Even his shots upstairs here, that's still a body shot on Jake Paul. Everything's a body shot he's throwing. Even when he's changing the levels of the shot. That's a body shot, that's a body shot, that's a body.
And Team Davis definitely isn't taking chances. Recent clips and insider reports show Tank pushing himself to new extremes, ditching light drills for raw power sessions. We're talking heavy lifting, relentless sparring, and non-stop conditioning work. The mission? Build a body that can take damage while keeping that trademark explosive speed.
Watch it, I see a guy that's targeting the body, and it's the best thing that Tank could do for this fight. I mean, trying to go headshot for headshot with Jake Paul when he's probably Jake's 7 inches taller.
A fighter who usually competes at 135 pounds is now moving up to a 195-pound limit. And they'll be doing it under 12-ounce gloves.
So you're going to have to be able to land shots right there on the waistline. And it's probably the best idea if you actually want to knock Jake out in this fight, if you actually want a game plan, because again, it's an exhibition, but if you want a game plan to get him out of there, you have to.
That's a massive 60-pound leap into uncharted territory. Fans are hyped by the bold move. But analysts are warning it could come at a price. The extra bulk might take away some of that trademark explosiveness that's made him one of the sport's most dangerous punchers.
If Tank can make him miss, get inside, work the body, make him pay there, head movement off center, pivot out, be slick, and do it again and again and again, that is when we could see a potential Tank Davis.
And when it comes to Tank's training camp, just as fans thought the stories couldn't get any crazier, Sean Porter dropped some first-hand war stories from the gym. According to Porter, sparring with Gervonta wasn't about learning, it was about realizing just how real the hype is. Everything people say Tank can do, he actually does, and faster than most can even react. Porter described him as a powerhouse with the brain of a strategist, a mix of raw strength, sharp timing, and a burning drive that turns every round into something personal.
It wasn't a learning experience, it was just confirmation. Like, I knew Tank was as good as he is and could do everything that he can do. He's strong, super competitive. He loves this sport. And, he has all of the recipes to be everything that he's.
Porter even admitted that sparring with Tank made him smile in the middle of the session. And when a former world champion says that, It tells you everything about how special Gervonta really is. But it wasn't just the power that impressed him. Porter praised the way Tank thinks in the ring, that underrated fight IQ that most people overlook because he's not the loud, flashy type. Once the bell rings, he turns into a data machine, studying every movement, adapting with precision, and dismantling opponents piece by piece. Porter summed it up perfectly. Tank might start slow, but once that switch flips, there's no stopping him.
Explosive with power. It just goes on and on and on. I saw all that right live in action with him. And the funny thing was, because of our size differential and because I was at the end of my camp, to me, it was just, let me get in here and get these rounds in. But along the way, my heart was smiling. I'm like, yep, he's everything I thought he was.
You could practically hear Porter saying, good luck trying to outthink that. It's like stepping into a chess match with the guy who built the board. And right after Porter's confession, smiling through the punishment of sparring Tank, analyst Wade Plemons comes through like a boxing scientist with the data to back it all up. Wade notes how quiet Jake's camp has been, almost like they've locked everything down tight. But that one clip featuring Ray Ford, it speaks volumes. Wade breaks it down. The coaching commands, the subtle adjustments, the reminders, keep the guard high, work the body, slip more. Then the footage shifts to Tank on the bag. Non-stop body shots, sharp level changes, vicious hooks blending into uppercuts. Every strike looks like it's fired with a message attached.
Clip right here. Jake Paul doing some work with Ray Ford. Ray Ford, an 18-1-1 super featherweight, only lost to Nick Ball, where, there's music playing, so I can't really put it out there, but I'm not exactly sure what they're going over. Jake looks to his team. He's like, maybe I got to get my head off center line more. And then Ray puts like the high guard up. Like, hey, when you're here, when you're here, don't even do that. And go to the...
What I love about Wade's take is how he connects film study to real fight strategy. You don't need him to yell to catch the message. The blueprint's right there. Tank's drilling ways to rough up the bigger man in close quarters, tying up the arms, lifting the chin, and countering the moment Jake leans too heavy on that right hand. Wade's footwork analysis? That's gold. He highlights how Jake spreads his stance too wide when loading up, throwing himself off balance. And you just know Tank's team has that moment frozen on screen with a big red circle around it. To put it bluntly and a little brutally, if you're Jake, and your slow-mo footage shows you stuck flat-footed, that's not bad luck. That's a flashing neon sign that says, hit me here.
Much bigger Tank looks. Now again, he is a small, sleight of frame, statured individual to begin with. Tank is a very small guy. If you blinked, you might think this young man right here is Tank Davis. No, I'm playing. But Tank is, he's smaller, and this is why this fight is an exhibition and why it's a bit of a shot in the dark as to, why you even do something like this. But we all know it's a lot of money being involved in XYZ.
Everyone knows Tank doesn't just throw punches for the highlight reel. Every combo has a purpose. Wade breaks it down perfectly. Tank's hunting for that exact chain of moves that punishes a heavy puncher when he leans too far in, clinch, overhook, uppercut, explode. From there, Wade sees two ways this could end. Either Jake uses his size the right way and turns it into steady, controlled pressure, or Tank finds the perfect counter window, catches him off balance, and cashes in that knockout bonus for real. If you're betting on skill versus brute force, Tank's precision and timing still look like the smarter play. But Wade keeps it real, so in this game, anything can happen. That's what makes it beautiful. It's chess with fists, sharp, tactical, and the reason boxing fans can't stop arguing long after the bell rings.
You see Jake, they're already, I love this. They're anticipating Jake in the clinch, looking to, again, put his body weight on Tank, bigger man, use his size, lean on you, weigh on you. You see the post in the frame from Tank. Post frame, hold, bang. Lead hand up.
And just when Wade Plemons had everyone talking, Lamont Roach Sr. steps in and lights up the room with his own take. The man basically said, yeah, Tank's done, and we're the reason why. It wasn't just a mic drop. It was a whole press conference turned power move. He didn't close the chapter. He burned the book, tossed the ashes, and said next. Roach spoke about the silence from Tank's camp after the first fight, the rematch that never got a callback, and how it all felt like getting left mid-camp with no explanation. You could hear that mix of frustration and confidence in his tone, why, like, we're good, but don't get it twisted. The way he delivered it, Calm, collected, no showboating, just pure conviction. That's the sound of a trainer who knows his fighter is the new name to fear and is practically daring anyone, even Tank, to step up and prove otherwise.
Maybe retirement and people observing that he might be a little checked out, that probably more than that, we're not going to get
We
it.
checked him out. So if that's the case, we checked him out. And if he retired, retire. You know, wish him the best in his retired life. So I don't think we get it, you know, being realistic. But if we do, we'll see. We're not focused.
Let's be honest. When Roach Sr. revealed they were scheduled to fight in June, then August, only to find out Tank pulled out through social media like everyone else, I couldn't believe it. That's wild. Imagine grinding through sparring, prepping for a career-defining showdown, and then boom, you get the update from Instagram, not your promoter. Still, Roach kept it classy. No tantrums, no bitterness, and just quiet confidence. You can tell he's still got something to prove to Tank, but his energy's clearly locked in on Cruz now, not chasing the past. And that line, "We retired Tank," whew, that's either going to sound legendary or come back to haunt him after December. But that's what belief looks like. Roach is moving like a man who's already on his next chapter, while Tank's somewhere relaxing, reading the old one.
If you had a chance to just run into him, what would you tell him?
Man, I got no words for Tank, to be honest with you. You know, that ship sailed. Tank doing him, we doing us. You know, it's nothing for me to talk. Like, he would listen anyway. So Tank dances to his own drum and music. So we not worried about him, not worried speaking to him, not worried about him speaking to me.
What made it even better was how Roach Sr. carried himself, not like a promoter trying to hype pay-per-views, but like someone who's already past the noise. You could hear it in his voice, calm, steady, that quiet confidence of a man who's seen every trick in the business and still came out unbothered. It was pure "we don't chase, we replace" energy, and honestly, you've got to respect that. He basically said, if Tank's done, no problem, we'll keep the show moving. Cold, but clean. No insults, no bitterness, just reality spoken with conviction. Roach knows this upcoming fight with Pitbull Cruz isn't just another date on the calendar. It's his son's shot to redefine how fans look at this new wave of fighters. And if they actually pull it off at 140, that "we retired Tank" line won't sound like a jab anymore. It'll sound like a prophecy fulfilled.